I am so glad you are here. Do you feel it in your bones? That low hum of exhaustion that never seems to turn off. That feeling that you're running a race you never signed up for. That list in your head that never, ever ends. That weight in your spirit that tells you you're behind. You're not doing enough. You're not being enough. If you felt that in your soul, you're in the right place. Welcome to Auntie Archives, the space where we tell the truth with tenderness. But before we get into our real conversation today, we need to get quiet. The most important conversation we can have is the one we have with ourselves. So let's create the space for that, together. No rush, dear heart, just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and let the day fall away. Again, in through your nose, out through your mouth, releasing the need to be anywhere else. You've arrived. You're here. Today, we're going to talk about what it truly means to say, we are our ancestors' wildest dream and the oppressor's worst nightmare. Because it's not just a quote for a t-shirt. It's a declaration of power. Let's be real. A system that profits from your insecurity needs you to feel broken. It wants you tired, because a tired person doesn't have the energy to question. It wants you distracted, because a distracted person doesn't have the focus to build. It wants you anxious, because an anxious person is easy to control. Think about it. That endless scroll that numbs you out, that's a tired maker. That constant cycle of outrage and fear on the news, that's an anxiety maker. That pressure to perform and post and prove your worth online, that's a distraction maker. Your burnout isn't a personal failing. It's the goal of a system that is terrified of what would happen if you ever truly rested. Because if you rested, you might remember who you are and whose you are, and a whole, rested, peaceful you. Well, that is unstoppable. And that peace you feel, it's sacred. It was paid for. You know, our grandmother's grandmother didn't have the freedom to sit in stillness like this. Picture her for a moment. Her hands calloused from work that was not her choice. Her back aching from labor that built a world that did not see her. In the slivers of quiet, between the sun rising and the demands of the day, she didn't just wish for freedom. She prayed for a generation that could know the simple dignity of a quiet mind. A generation that could choose to sit down, not because they were broken, but because they were whole. She rarely, or possibly never, got that chance. Her rest was not guaranteed. Her peace was not a given. She prayed for a future she would never see. A future where her children's children could know a moment of quiet. You are that future. You are the prayer she whispered into the dark. When you choose to rest, you are living her dream. Your rest is not laziness. It is a legacy. It is a proclamation that their struggle was not in vain. So you see, stillness, it's a privilege and a power. It's the dream and the nightmare all at once. It's the quiet space where you can finally hear your own soul. That deceptive little voice in your head, the one that's always running its mouth, telling you you're behind, not enough, that's ego. And ego loves noise. But your soul, it whispers. It waits for you to come home to yourself. Stillness is where your freedom begins. So, how do we walk in this truth every day? It starts with a simple practice. I call it the sacred. It's that moment, that tiny space of time before you say yes to something you don't have the energy for. Before you react to that email or that comment, before you automatically pick up your phone to start scrolling, in that space you stop. You take one single conscious breath and you ask your spirit one question. Does this bring me closer to peace or further away from it? That's it. You just listen for the answer. Your soul already knows. The sacred is how you give it a chance to speak. It's how you move from reacting to the world to responding from your power. It's not about fighting louder. It's about living deeper. Remember this, your joy, that's resistance. Your rest, that's rebellion. Your boundaries, that's wisdom. You become the kind of unstoppable that doesn't need to be loud to be heard. Let's anchor this truth in your spirit right now. If you feel comfortable, put a hand on your heart. Repeat after me, either out loud or in your soul. My rest is not empty, it is full of power. I will not shrink to make others comfortable. Let's breath that in. I own my power, and I will use it to forge my own path. Yes. Feel the truth of that. Settle in your bones. Say it again. My strength is not a threat. It is my nature. I will not shrink to make others comfortable. I own my power, and I will use it to forge my own path. So let the noise fall away. Let the moment find you. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not alone. Because you don't have to chase peace. You are peace. You just have to remember that breath you're taking right now, that's legacy moving through you. That's freedom rising up in you. Where in your life is stillness trying to speak to you? Where can you practice that sacred this week? Leave your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear it. If this helped you come home to yourself, why not share it with someone you care about? Subscribe to the family and click the bell so you don't miss our next breath together. Your peace deserves to be nurtured. Make good choices. I'll see you next time. Peace and blessings.